Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're enjoying what I do, please support me by pressing like, that would be great. Looking at common questions that turned up in an assessment, here's two of them. People get the hang of APs, arithmetic progressions, and they get used to geometric progressions, GPs, and they get a question like this and a lot of students come unstuck. It's a pretty common question, it's probably in the textbooks and you'll see it, but it still surprises me how many students I know who are comfortable with this topic and are pretty good at it, they're pretty good at their maths, and they get it wrong in assessment. Of course, there's exam pressure and things that happen. Let's have a look at it. So this time it tells us the old idea of underlining everything that's important or writing down what's important. We're talking about an arithmetic progression. So the moment we're talking about arithmetic progression, we need the AP formula, and that's A plus n minus 1d. Now, as I keep saying, here in Western Australia, we have a formula sheet for all tests and exams, unless it happens to be a non-calc test, where you can use that formula sheet for the whole assessment. So let's have a look of what we can do with it. So then they tell us that the fourth term, remember 4 is the position in the actual sequence of numbers. So we've got the fourth position, and the fourth position is 18. And then it tells us that the 10th position is 42. And they laugh about this all the time. Now we're just going to do substitution, one of my little things I do in class all the time, to brainwash people that so much of our maths, when you're stuck, you don't know what you're doing, you go a blank in assessment, you're nervous, you're stressed out, so much of what we're doing is just substitution. So this is now just substitution. Let's have a look at what we've got. The fourth term is 18. So 18 can't go there because that's the number of the term, the position of the term. What position is this number? It's 4. So basic process of elimination, you can go, the fourth term is 18. And you go, people go, and they put 18 there. No, it's the 4 goes there. And then we times by the common difference, and we go, we don't know what the common difference is. We also don't know what the first term is. Now, I have seen students over the years, especially one girl in Queensland, when I was teaching there, who would just sit there and trial and error and figure out the numbers pretty quickly. Interesting to see what they'd be worth in a Year 12 exam. But she got it all right and they gave her full marks and she ended up getting an A. Interesting part. So let's go back to here. So the A we don't know, the D we don't know, the position is 4. Where does the 18 go? It goes there. Oh my goodness, you can see how often I've seen people write 18 there. So what are we left with? We've got 18 equals A plus 3D. Now I'm going to put a 1 there, old school, I still like it, I still teach it all the time. Keep track of what you're doing. If you make a mistake, it's easy for the markers to see what you did wrong if you tell them what you've actually done in the question. So that's using the term 4. So now we're going to use term 10. Let's have a look what we've got this time. Now I'm going to go straight down from the formula. So the 10th term is actually 42, not 42 there, which starts to make sense. It's pretty crazy. So 42 equals A plus this time, the position is not 42, the position's 10. Take 1D. Now we end up with 42 equals A plus 9D. And that's equation 2. Now hopefully you're okay with simultaneous equations. I've got a few. I've actually got some really simple ones, and I've got a fairly complicated one which has a mixture of them that are a bit more tricky. Doing really well on YouTube. So if you want to go have a look at those, just look up my simultaneous equation. I think you can just type in my name and then put simultaneous equation and up it will come. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got 18 equals A plus 3D. A lot of people, by the way, are what I call creatures of habit. So if you fold your arms, if you usually fold it the same way, fold their legs the same way. People, it's quite interesting, will put on, say, their left shoe always first and their right shoe second. Goes on and on. We're creatures of habit. So most people wouldn't write that way. They'd write it that way because that's the most common way we see it in assessments. So there's equation number 1. Equation number 2 is A plus 9D equals 42. And that's equation number 2. Now what makes this question easy, which is nice, common question in 11 methods in Western Australia. I think it's called the advanced course in New South Wales. So we're going to subtract, because that's a 1A and a 1A, if we subtract them they'll eliminate. So some basics on simultaneous equations. So we're going to go equation, I'm going to go, instead of go 1 take 2, I'm going to go 2 take 1. So I normally have a look and say which is the bigger numbers. One of the things I keep teaching students to do, to remind themselves, especially when you've got negatives involved, putting in subtractions helps a lot. So A take A is gone. 9D take 3D is 6D. If you did it the other way, you'd have minus 6D, negative 6D. 42 take 18 is 24. And then if we divide by 6, divide by 6. Now, it's really funny nagging about that with people who are quite good at their maths, because people do all sorts of silly things. So we now know that D is 4. How do we get the other number? Go back to our original equations. Well, we can go back to that one there, and we're doing substitution again. So we've got A plus 3 times 4 equals 18, and you can see that's 12. So you're going take 12, you got A equals 6. So what do we got for our formula? We know that for an AP it's A plus N minus 1D. Go watch out how long this video goes. Maybe I should cut it into 2. Here we go. So we know that A is 6. So we've got 6 plus N minus 1. And we know that D is, we found it a moment ago, D is 4. So what are we left with? 6 plus, that times that's 4N, that times that's minus 4. So we end up with Tn equals 2 plus 4n. Interesting, a lot of people prefer to write the number by itself first. You don't have to, you can put 4n plus 2. That is the formula of that AP given those numbers. Now we're going to